খেলা
尤其是到最后。
শেষ
어부셔를 까지 일파게 Day or night 저크니 기대 dark니 Mr. Noodles hot and yummy quick to make ready for eat Mr. Noodles
Yeah, let's go find her.
Demonstrating together today reminds us that the free people of the world, defending Palestine for as long as the Palestinian people have resisted, supported, accepted no longer. And that we will stand with Palestine until there are memory of people Palestinians in Israel.
Looking at it, so
We are only the latest generation. All of us standing here together today on the generation that will finally see a liberated Palestine.
Thank you.
We, the largest mass protest movement in British history, have achieved remarkable victories. Council after council across the country has divested from the genocidal state of Israel. Khobor has become the first supermarket chain in British history to refuse to stock Israeli goods. And the import of Israeli goods to the UK, Israel stands more isolated and more alone than it ever has before. And now Israel enters what should be described as the second phase of its genocide. It is turning back the violence that has been at the core of fascist settlers, the state's paramilitary arm, brutally forced communities off their land in the West Bank.
Excuse me.
The majority of
Thank you.
Gaza remains under occupation, and its heroic people continue to face daily bombings and enforced starvation. Israel's goal remains the same as it was before this so-called ceasefire. Israel's goal remains the same as it has been since 1948. The elimination of the Palestinian people and the theft of their land. They think that their slower genocide and their sham ceasefire will deceive us into relaxing the pressure and shifting the conversation away from apartheid and genocide. It's up to us to prove them wrong. This deeply complicit Labour government wants to re-normalise Israel and distract the British people from their horrendous crimes. It's up to us to keep Palestine in the very centre of public life. They want to divide this movement with brutal repression and smears. It's up to us to stay united and steadfast. All complicity in Israel's ongoing genocide. And now is the time to show that our unity is unbreakable. We will not be deceived by Israel's lies or broken by Starmer's repression. Because when we struggle together as one unified mass movement, there is no force on earth that can stop us. Hand in hand with the heroic Palestinian people, we will defeat Israel's genocide. We will hold every war criminal accountable, and we will become the generation to see an end to the Nakba. And that will only be the beginning. We will keep marching all the way to justice, all the way to return, all the way to liberation, and all the way to a better, more just world. Free, free! Free, free! From the river to the sea! We're going to kick off today's demonstration with a really important video from Mustafa Baguti, which should hopefully appear on the screens to either side of me. Thank you.
Dear friends, comrades and colleagues, I want to thank you on behalf of the Palestinian people for your unwavering solidarity. And I want to assure you that we need this solidarity today more than any time before. Because the Israeli genocidal war on Gaza did not stop. It is continuing. Every day the Israeli army is bombarding new places in Gaza. Every day they are killing more people, including children. Every day they continue the destruction on the ground of cities, towns, which were erased to the ground completely, like in Rafah or Beit Lahia and Beit Hanun. We need your solidarity to stop this terrible atrocity that includes collective punishment against the population of Gaza, depriving them of basic humanitarian needs and depriving them of medications and medical material that they need to treat the injured and the sick people. We need your solidarity because Israel never gave up the idea of ethnic cleansing of the population of Gaza. They continue their genocidal war, they continue their collective punishment, and they continue their plans of ethnic cleansing. But we are also subjected to terrible atrocities in the West Bank as well, where we are subjected to continuous and constant attacks from Israeli settler terrorist groups that are attacking communities, burning houses, destroying properties, burning cars, and shooting people with the help and support and protection of the Israeli army, which also continues to invade cities and villages, arresting people. Palestinian prisoners are subjected to terrible treatment. They're tortured. They are deprived from food, starving, and treated terribly in different prisons. We need your solidarity more than any time before to stop this terrible genocide against the Palestinian people, to help us achieve our freedom. And let me assure you that nothing, no oppression in this world will stop our struggle or our demand or determination to be free from occupation, from apartheid, from all forms of oppression. We are sure we can overcome with our steadfastness and struggle and with your great solidarity. We will overcome and Palestinians will achieve their freedom. Palestine will be free and we will overcome with your help and support. Dear friends,
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Our first speaker is here representing the Palestinian Forum in Britain, one of the co-organisers of today's demo. Please give a very warm welcome to Faris Amir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This government thinks because they announced their so-called fake peace that we'll stop marching. This government thinks that when they clamp down on our rights to freedom of expression, that we'll stop marching. This government thinks that when they introduce laws to shut down protests on a whim, that we'll stop marching. But here we are, thousands upon thousands strong! Because we know that even though the cameras have turned away, the genocide has not ended. The Israelis have been massacring and murdering on a daily basis without stopping, not only in Gaza, but also in Lebanon, where there's also a ceasefire agreement, and also in Syria, where they have no business being, like they have no business being anywhere in the West Bank or the Gaza Strip. The truth is that the Israelis will not stop unless we stop them. And now, since the cameras have turned away, we need to be more creative. The hard work begins now. We all need to ask ourselves, what role can we play today? And this brings to mind a brave British activist, Ruth Herbert, who walked 6.5 months and raised over £50,000 for Gaza. Now, I'm not saying to walk the distance as she walked, but everyone has a role to play. So when you go home today, ask yourselves, what is my role? What can I do to keep the struggle going, to make sure that the world keeps hearing about Gaza? But whilst we all figure out what we need to do independently, we know for a fact that we will not stop marching. And this isn't going to stop with the end of the genocide in Gaza. This isn't going to stop with the end of the occupation in Gaza and the West Bank and the end of the incursion to Syria and into Lebanon. In fact, this will not stop with the liberation of Palestine, because what we are struggling for is more than Palestine. We are struggling for global justice. So when we march, we are marching for Gaza, we are marching for Lebanon, we are marching for Syria, we are marching for Sudan, we are marching for Congo, we are marching for every human being facing injustice all over the world. And there is nothing that the Israelis or Keir Starmer or Donald Trump can do to stop this movement. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Thank you.
Our next speaker is one of the most outspoken MPs on Israel's genocide in Gaza. She's a member of parliament.
বাহ, ফিনিশিংটা সুন্দর না? কি খুঁজছো?
Was one of 6 activists who got inside an Israeli weapons factory in Filton, Bristol. There they discovered a load of killer quadcopter drones of the kind used to kill and maim civilians in Gaza, packed up, ready for export. And they were able to decommission some of them with sledgehammers. The response to the action by this government has been brutal. It was almost certainly the trigger to proscribe Palestine action. Counter-terror powers were used, dawn raids on family homes by up to 30 officers at a time, violent arrests, family members handcuffed in their beds. And now the Filton 24, all charged in connection with the same action, have been refused bail and are imprisoned for up to 2 years, awaiting trials. My daughter and the first 6 to be arrested finally started their trial this month after 15 months in prison. The legal limit for pre-trial custody is 6 months. So now we know what Starmer's government's priority is: protecting the partnership with the State of Israel and defending its main weapons manufacturer, Elbit Systems. The resources it has put into policing and prosecuting the Filton 24 are phenomenal. No expense has been spared. The UK's dangerously broad legal definition of terrorism, which can be mere property damage with a political cause, has been fully exploited. If only all that resource and expense had been put into investigating the crimes of Elbit Systems, who, by the way, test their weapons on Palestinians. If only it had been put into kicking Elbit out of the UK, instead of inviting it to bid for multi-billion-pound government contracts, which is what they're doing right now. If only that resource had been put into cutting off all ties with Israel, diplomatic and military, and put pressure on them to stop their crimes against humanity. This government should shut Elbit down and stop arming Israel. It shouldn't be up to our children to do that for them. Free the Filton 24!
Free the Filton 24! Free the Filton 24! Free the Filton 24! Free, free! Free, free! Some of you may know, my brother Cameron, one of the Filton 24, was hospitalized and denied communication for his commitment to the liberation of Palestine. There are 32 prisoners in the UK for alleged actions to stop the arming of the ongoing genocide against the Palestinians. 6 of these prisoners have been on an open-ended, staggered hunger strike, which began on the 2nd of November, also the anniversary of Balfour Declaration Day, the day Britain tangibly solidified its role in the start of the ethnic cleansing of the Palestine state. Now we're going to try and say their names nice and loud and clear. Say it clear and say it loud. Kessa, you make us proud. Kessa, you make us proud. Kessa is on day 28. Say it clear, say it loud. Amu, you make us proud. Clear, say it loud. Amu. In day 27 of their hunger strike. Say it clear, say it loud. John, you make us proud. John is on day 24 of his hunger strike. Say it clear and say it loud. T, you make us proud. T is on day 21 of her hunger strike. Say it clear and say it loud. Cameron, you make us proud. Cameron is on day 20 of his hunger strike. Say it clear and say it loud. Louis, you make us proud. Louis is a diabetic and he's on a hunger strike. Their demands are clear. Shut Elbit down. Shut Elbit down. Shut Elbit down. Deprescribe Palestine action. Deprescribe Palestine action. A right to a fair trial. A right to a fair trial. A right to a fair trial. Immediate bail now, now. Immediate bail now, now. End the censorship now, now. End the censorship now, now. I want you to remember their names and I want you to remember their demands because I need you to spread them far. 2 of the hunger strikers, my brother Cameron and T, have been hospitalized. How long will we leave it before we act? Shabana Mahmood and our government, led by human rights lawyer, yes, That's you, Keir Starmer. You must act now and engage in meaningful conversation to prevent further deterioration of the hunger strikers. Until the demands are met, we must mobilise outside government buildings and amplify the voices of our hunger strikers. This is our moral duty and our responsibility. Their health is in our hand. I want you to be nice and clear for this one. We support our hunger strikers. 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 Thank you.
Free, free! From the river to the sea! Now, Now, it is my great honour to tell you that the back of the march is still coming in and has not quite reached Whitehall. We haven't got a full numbers estimate yet, but it is looking absolutely huge, especially here representing Stop the War. He's also facing charges, along with Ben Jamal, for organising the protest on January the 18th of this year. Please give a warm welcome to one of the co-organisers of today's rally, Chris Nynham.
Great to see you all here today. We are here to say